Hello to all subscribers. How are you? How are you doing with your English? Please comment us. Are you satisfied with the clips? Do you have any questions? Just ask us and we are here to answer you. Today's topic is a brush up, is a review of what we have already said during all these video sessions. It's about identity. It involves your name, last name, your phone number, email address, and even more info. Let's see what is it about and get down to it as soon as possible. Let's start. The basic, simple identity. Okay, they might ask you, would you please introduce yourself? Would you please identify yourself completely? You say your name, age, nationality, job, and where you are from. Okay, the basic questions would be, who are you? What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? What's your nationality? Who are you? It's better to answer with this is, okay, Mr. Bidgoli, Mr. Mustafa Bidgoli, or your first name and last name. What's your name? Could be what's your first name or last name. My first name is Mustafa, my last name is Bidgoli. Sometimes you don't get it. You say, would you spell that please for me or write it down for me? Yeah, Mostafa and Bidgoli. Where are you from? I'm from Iran. What do you do? I'm an interpreter. I'm a translator. I'm a polyglot. I'm a teacher. What's your nationality? I'm from Iran or I'm Iranian. Basic answers. I'm Mustafa. I'm 25 years old. Of course, my age is 37. This is an example. I'm Iranian. I'm Brazilian. I'm Italian. Depends on your nationality. Later on, we're going to cover it through the nationalities and country video completely. I'm a student about the job. I'm a dentist. I'm a nurse. I'm a doctor, for example. I'm from Germany. I'm from Iran. I'm from Brazil. Or you can say I come from, okay? But don't say I'm come from. You should say I'm from, he's from, she's from, or they are from, to be, or come from. I come from, you come from, he or she comes from, and name of the nation. Identity, name, country, job. Slightly more detail, A2. Now describe ourselves with more info. I'm originally from Iran, but I live in Germany. I work as an engineer. I'm a university student majoring in linguistics. We had majoring in before, okay? I'm married, okay, as you can see, for example. I come from a big family or a small family. We talked about the family. For example, I have one brother and one sister, so I come from a small family. If you are outnumbered, you can say I'm from a bigger family. You can also talk about personality, okay? Later on the personality video, we'll deal with it completely into the details. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. For example, I'm an ambivert. When I was younger, I used to be very extrovert. I showed my emotion easily. I got in touch with everyone. As I became older, I became somehow ambivert. Okay, means I'm a mixture of, let's say, extrovert and introvert. Introvert people are shy. They don't like to talk a lot, okay? But ambi has the, let's say, both. When I'm with friends, I'm very extrovert. When I'm at work, I'm somehow introvert. I'm outgoing. I'm ambitious. I'm very ambitious. Since childhood, I've always wanted to be, for example, a polyglot. I don't know, be very successful, reaching high positions, climb the career ladder. Yeah, I'm easygoing. I'm, let's say, strict. I'm serious. Depends on you. Social, cultural identity, B1. Now identity becomes deeper. National and cultural identity. I identify as Iranian, okay? Instead of saying I come from, I identify as, let's say, adjective of that nation. I have a multicultural background, okay? Depends on it. For example, dad is from one country, mom from another, so multicultural. Or you used to live somewhere else, you've migrated or immigrated to another country, you have a multicultural, okay? Different cultures, okay, from different cultures. Let's say the background, and you can say multicultural background. Later on the etymological videos, I'll talk a lot about multi-word, okay, means more than 2 or 3. For example, I can say instead of polyglot, I can say I'm a multilingual person. I can speak several languages. Next is I was raised in a traditional family. If you were born in a traditional family, like some Asian families, Indian families, Iranian families that they stuck to traditions a lot, you can say, for example, I'm from a traditional family, or all around the world. Okay, we have it. They follow the traditions. If not, don't say it. I grew up in a small town. I was born and raised in the capital of Iran, Tehran. So I should say I grew up in a very big town. I come from a working class background, okay? I'm part of a minority community, okay? It means we belong to the, let's say, minority of the society, not the majority. Somewhere you go, for example, most of the people are white skinned, you're black, you can say I'm from minority or vice versa. Or depends on the nation. Example, I identify strongly with my cultural roots, means my culture is very important to me. I follow it, I respect it, I fulfill most of cultural duties, whether it could be, for example, some traditions, some festivals, feasts, celebrations, yeah. Personal identity B2. Now move beyond facts into how you see yourself. I see myself as a lifelong learner, like me. Okay, I've been studying languages more than 20 years, and I plan to continue it. Okay, let's say I want to keep continuing and doing it. So I see myself as a lifelong learner. I want to do it up to end of my life in different fields. Okay, I have a lot of info in languages, about the football, about the cinema. I consider myself open-minded. Okay, means I don't see myself as a narrow-minded. I listen to other people. I agree with them. I take lesson. For example, I take a leaf out of their books. I learn new things. I go for new things. Okay, I'm always ready to change. I define myself by my values. I've talked a lot about it before on several videos. For example, not telling lie, being honest, helping others. These could be your values as well. My work is a big part of who I am. Okay, most of the people here in my city and my country know me by my work. So I can say that my work is a big part of who I am. Means, for example, when you talk about languages, in Iran, they know me, okay, and they trust me. Maybe people know you with your job or by your job. My identity is shaped by my experiences. Very neutral sentence. My identity has evolved over time. It's changed a lot. Advanced and, okay, reflective. Now identity becomes, let's say, philosophical, very deep. I'm still figuring out who I am. Means I don't know myself completely. I have issues. You're a complicated person if you say that one. My sense of identity is constantly evolving, changing. I struggle with my sense of belonging. It means I have problem. Okay, I don't know who I am truly. I feel caught between two cultures. Sometimes you come from Asian, you go to Europe, you have, let's say, European culture and Asian. You struggle with them. You feel caught between, you have both. I don't like to put myself in a box. Nice. Labels don't define me, means don't call me just, okay, you're a German person, I don't know, you're a British, you're an Asian. These are the labels. I'm a human. Example, I refuse to let society define who I am. These are for the guys, they want to define themselves more than, okay, enough. Powerful expressions and idioms about identity. Okay. To find yourself means to discover who you truly are. She traveled the world to find herself. And that is true. I've done it a lot in my country. I've traveled a lot to find myself, and I'm constantly evolving. Be true to yourself. If you're true to yourself, means you follow your real personality. You live according to your real personality. Always be true to yourself. Lose yourself. Forget who you are. I've seen some people, for example, I don't know, get a promotion, go to another country. Sometimes it happens to my friend, okay? Better say it happened to my friends. They lost themselves, okay? We are not in touch anymore. I don't know, some people think they're above you. Some people think you're no longer okay, in you no longer align with them, okay, you don't have the same personality, they change a lot, okay, or you change a lot, so somehow you or them lose themselves. A sense of belonging. It means feeling accepted somewhere. Moving abroad affected my sense of belonging. It's very good to have a sense of belonging to a place, okay? Could be your job, home, hometown, I don't know, new country. Do you have a sense of belonging to your own country? To put someone in a box, if you put yourself in a box, imagine a box, you're limiting yourself, okay? To limit someone with labels. Society tries to put people in boxes. Wear many hats. If you wear many hats, you have multiple identities or roles. That's bad, okay? And people cannot trust you easily, and that's not good. I'm a teacher, a father, and an entrepreneur. I wear many hats. Of course, this example was good, okay? But sometimes it happens to many people. This one here means to juggle some responsibilities at the same time. But sometimes, when you wear many hats, you become jack of all trades. Means you're jack of all trades, but the master of none. Means you know a lot of things, but you're not master at any of them. At heart, when you're someone or something at heart, you're talking about your true inner identity, okay? I'm a teacher at heart, okay? For example, I can say, you say, for example, I'm a dentist, I'm a doctor at heart, I'm a consultant, okay? I'm a real mom, for example, at heart. I'm kind at heart. Sometimes, you're not good with your friends, you're unkind with your friends. You say, come on, it's not the real me. I'm really kind at heart. True colors, real personality. Sometimes you show your true colors in difficult situation, okay? You see people's true colors in difficult times, and that's real. People show themselves, let's say, specifically their true colors in difficult times or in vicissitudes. It's a very formal word, in vicissitudes, when they're posed with ups and downs of the life. A chip on your shoulder, okay? It means emotional identity based on resentment. He has a chip on his shoulder about his background, okay? Means he has a sense of resentment, okay? Means he doesn't like to talk about his background, okay? To stand out from the crowd means have a unique identity. Some people stand out, let's say, from the crowd, means they're really kind, honest, they're really good at something, they have a good, specific, let's say, emotional state. And because of that, they stand out, okay, from the crowd. She wants to stand out from the crowd. She's, for example, responsible. I don't know. She's very kind. She's helpful. Because of these characteristics, she stands out from the crowd. Very advanced academic languages. Used in essays or intellectual discussions. Identity is socially constructed. Means you have to talk about your identity through society, okay? What you do in the society, socially speaking. Identity is fluid, not fixed, means changing. I navigate multiple identities. If you navigate multiple identities, you could be serious at work, ambivert at home or extrovert at home, or could be introvert or extrovert with your friends outside. Depends on your mood and your true personality. It is sometimes necessary. I negotiate my identity depending on the context. Beautiful. My identity is deeply rooted in my upbringing. For example, I can say I had a great upbringing. As a kid, I was naughty. My brother and I were very naughty. We were very playful and we were very active. So my identity was deeply rooted in my upbringing. I'm a cheerful person, extrovert somehow. I experience an identity crisis. Sometimes you're very extrovert. When you reach a specific age, some things happen to you, unfortunate events happen to you, your identity changes and you see the crisis, okay? Sometimes could be politically speaking, religiously speaking, facing a culture shock. All of these could change your identity easily. I feel culturally displaced. You come from, for example, open-minded, let's say, background. You go somewhere, you feel yourself, you're in the box, so you feel displaced. Okay, means I don't belong here. Yeah. Example: living abroad has forced me to renegotiate my identity, change it, evolve it. Cultural note: in English-speaking cultures, identity is often viewed as personal and individual. You have to be careful talking about it. People value being yourself, your true self. Talking about identity can involve culture, gender, profession, beliefs, personality, but it can also be very private. It means you cannot talk about them easily. As long as you're not very close to the person you're talking to, do not talk about them. They might get offended. Example of a full advanced answer: if someone asks, how would you describe your identity? I could say, now we have some text. I'm originally from Iran, but I've been living in Germany for several years. For example, my hometown, Tehran, or I don't know if you know it or not, Iranian people are very warm-blooded. Let's say they're very kind, congenial, okay? They love, for example, talking to the strangers, tourists, and they love to, let's say, talk with them, I don't know, chat with them, break the ice easily. But in Germany or England, when I was there, people are a bit cold, sang Freud, okay? They don't like to talk easily about themselves or identify themselves. But I say, for example, people back there in my own country are very kind and warm. I'd say I have multicultural identity now. My background shaped who I am, but my experiences abroad have broadened my perspective. I see myself as open-minded and ambitious. I'm still evolving, changing, and figuring out who I want to become. And this was a short, beautiful paragraph using all the things, everything, talking about identity. But it could be more detailed, talking about your address, email address, phone number, okay, as long as you're asked. Depends on, let's say, the interview, the job application, or anywhere you go. But these were the most necessary thing that you needed for today. Okay, guys, our topic is done, and I hope you've learned a lot. Be careful about A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1, C2 usages. Review them, take note. PDFs are available on polylingoo.com. Go to our beautiful website. We've done it in many languages for you, and introduce us to your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget doing it. Goodbye.